now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we about to get to the content now. We've been talking about cloud chasing, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more today. I just came off that Cam Capone interview yesterday, man. Had a cool little conversation, man. I did my thing on that one, but we're going to get to the homie Cliff World, man. Y'all go over there and subscribe to the homie Cliff World TV. Now, in this one right here, I know I'm a little late with it, but it's better late than never. LUCE Cannon put himself right in the middle of the PNB Rock situation. Y'all remember PNB Rock, the rapper that got took out the game over there on at Roscoe's on Main and South Central Los Angeles. Now, coming to find out, this clout chasing fool put himself dead smack in the middle of everything, and also got the famous, y'all go over there and follow Cherise Mills, man. She on here also backing up the play. But let's get to this content, man. This is Cliff World. Y'all going over there to his channel and check him out. Let's get to this content. This is crazy.
Mistake that everybody makes when it comes down to checking in is either you checking in to get set up and get robbed, or you checking in to get if you got that, just the rules of the streets in LA. It's like people think Beverly Hills is so far away, but the hood is only like 10-15 minutes away.
Seen it happen to Pop Smoke. Then I seen PNB Rocky.
The crazy part about it is I was at Roscoe's when it happened.
You know, dude was like,
oh my goodness, look. He said he was at Roscoe's when it happened. Man, kids, please, anybody, man, it ain't got to be kids. Do not chase clout this bad. They gonna be asking him about it too, man. This right here is crazy, man. They gonna bring this up. This dude said he was at Roscoe's the day it happened, man. I didn't heard it all, man.
he wanted that chain. He said no, and boop, boop, no questions asked, and just took it and bounced.
But he
how she know? How the hell she know what happened? She wasn't there. He said him and Big U was there. He ain't said nothing about you being there. Unless you was giving some head in the bathroom and you seen them pull up at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and you hid and was peeking, looking through the side of the door, making sure that your husband didn't see you. Come on, man, knock it off.
He stood on his business, but then it ultimately costed his life. And then people don't have to understand the kid was only 17 years old. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just different.
And I seen that, that was his father that put him up to that. That's like...
No, it's not. See...
yeah, explain. I was about to say, is that a common thing out there?
That's a common thing. It's like your big homie be your daddy.
Right.
So they don't even look at it as on like...
Yo, big homie be your daddy. Oh my God, man. What's wrong with... Yeah, this dude right here. So that means all the dudes that we seen him running around with, they was his daddy. Yeah, he calling his big homies daddy. Yeah, you gonna be calling them niggas in jail daddy too.
That's still my son.
Break it down, Cliff.
YouTube family, YouTube La Familia, YouTube Primavera. What's that word, man? I'm on one today, bro, as y'all can tell. Now, in this video, we are going to go over PNB Rock's girlfriend revealing Big U's role in PNB Rock's untimely demise. And in the title, it says, LUCE Cannon admits that the real shooter. Now, this video is provided by Miss T. Shout out to Miss T. Y'all see, y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. Like I said, the title of this video is PNB Rock's girlfriend reveals Big U's role in PNB's untimely demise. LUCE Cannon admits the real shooter. So with no further ado, I appreciate all of y'all for coming in. Let's jump on.
PNB Rock girlfriend. Why she didn't say that when it first happened? Huh? Why she didn't describe everything that was in the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles when it happened? They need to go investigate her too. Even though the case is closed, she sounds suspicious now. They was already saying she sounds suspicious. Remember when it first happened, they was blaming his girlfriend. Why did she want to go there? Now we probably know why.
Off into this content. I don't want to keep y'all waiting too long.
Like when I say we moved so fast, like we moved. It's like we knew we didn't have a lot of time. We moved so fast. Like we moved so fast. Like
R.I.P. PNB. He was in the hood and it got fatal for him. So
No, the crazy part about it is I was at Roscoe's when it happened. So
he was in.
You wasn't at no goddamn Roscoe's. You was at Bosco's, but you wasn't at no Roscoe's. This dude right here, man, boy, we gonna hear about it. Watch when y'all see that Cam Capone interview. I went in on this clown sucker right here, lying, talking about he was at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles when this happened. Man, these dudes is characters, man.
There when the shit happened.
Yo, I was in there when it happened. You can't change your life because what in the dark must come to the light, sweetheart. It don't matter what you did.
Boy, you shining, lips all greased up, face all greased up. Boy, I bet you he just like that inside of that jail cell the same way. And I'm only doing this because he keep lying. He been lying ever since he been on the internet. He was at Roscoe's. I got to go check out his wife, Gigi, his first wife or second wife, whatever she is. She told the real. He talking about he got a call from Missy. She said they was sitting at home eating popcorn, watching movies, and nobody ain't called him. Didn't nobody call? She said he lying like a motherfucker. Ain't nobody called shit.
It'd be 20 years from now.
The setup had started the minute he walked into the restaurant. He's wearing $500,000 in jewelry. There's someone there who spots him, does a fist bump. We see this on the video. He contacts someone else, a father and son team.
Now, most of you are probably aware that PNB Rock's tragic passing at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles shook the entire hip-hop world back in 2022. But now, 3 years later, the case is suddenly back in the spotlight and is getting darker than ever. After staying completely silent since the heartbreaking day, PNB Rock's girlfriend Stephanie is finally speaking up. And y'all, the things she's saying, it's like reopening a wound in the industry that they tried to cover up. Because what is going on? Big U just got hit with fresh RICO conspiracy charges, and now eyes are locked in on him for way more than what's on paper. And the craziest part, Loose Cannon had already been on the internet spilling everything, allegedly placing himself and Big U right there at the scene when PNB was shot. Y'all, there's a whole lot to unpack here, so let's get right to it. Now, to give you guys some context, let's rewind to what really happened that day PNB lost.
All they got to do is rewind the camera back at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. You best believe when they was doing the investigation, when this happened, trying to find out who the people that was responsible for this. You know, them homicide detectives looked at everybody that was in that building. They looked at everybody that was in that building, and they know that Big U got a big name. They already know who he is. They would have spotted him off the rip. Come on, man. Use your head.
Lost his life. It was September 12, 2022. PNB and his girlfriend Stephanie had pulled up to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South LA. And let's be real, nobody expected what was about to go down. Now, Roscoe's can be a dangerous place, but they were just vibing, doing regular couple stuff. But then out of the nowhere, chaos. A masked man walked into the restaurant and tried to rob PNB right there in front of everybody. And Stephanie said it was like a nightmare. She watched the love of her life stand up and protect her, literally throwing her under the table so she wouldn't get hit.
What occurred was that
What a gentleman that was. He jumped on top of her and saved her from getting hit. Oh, that was so nice of him. That was a gentleman thing to do. I don't know if I would have did it, but I would have ran up out of there. She better have some track shoes on that goddamn day, and she better been running fast. I don't care how much gangster shit I talk. Baby, I'm a killer in the hood. And when that time would have came, she would have realized I ain't shit. She would have had to run just as fast as me.
the victim, along with a female witness, were in this area eating at a restaurant when they were approached by at least one suspect who brandished a firearm and demanded property from the victim.
But not only that, this wasn't just a robbery gone wrong. The shooter didn't just take the jewelry and leave. No, PNB was shot multiple times right there in front of Stephanie and everyone in the restaurant. And according to her emotional Instagram post, it was PNB's last act of love that saved her life. She said, "My man saved my life, throwing me under that table. I'm not supposed to be here, but because of..."
Yeah. You're not supposed to be. I bet she out there getting hit by everybody on the block right now. This is what happened. Y'all put y'all life on the line. Y'all need to start learning how to run. Learn how to run, man. Quit trying to be gangsters out here and quit trying to be superheroes, man. Get you some good shoes with some good soles on them, tie them all the way up to the top button and to the top, I'm talking about to the very top, and choke them goddamn things out till your ankles start screaming, and learn how to run when situations like this. I'm not trying to save shit. I'm not trying to help nobody. I'm going to run straight through the goddamn window.
him, I am. Authorities eventually arrested a man named Freddie Lee Trone and his teenage son. The story at the time was that Trone had sent his 17-year-old son into the restaurant.
I know when this situation first happened, there was a lot of uproar as to why PNB Rock would even be at that specific location, that specific Roscoe's, but we might get some clarity through this video.
Do the job, rob PNB and take his jewelry, and then that teen ended up being the one who pulled the trigger. Prosecutors made it sound like this was all a planned father-son setup.
And it was those two that were responsible for the death of PNB. And it was the whole setup was just to steal all his jewelry.
Well, Trone ended up being found guilty in August 2024. First-degree murder, robbery.
Man, let's go back and look at, what's his name, Trone? Let's go back and look at Trone. Let's go back and look at him.
Conspiracy, the whole thing. And he was sentenced to 31 years to life. Boom, done, right? Not so fast, though.
Well, we couldn't get back to it, but Trone, as soon as I would have seen him walking up on me, I would have ran right then and there. He looked like he up to something. It looked like he eat gum from off the bottom of a nigga's shoes. As soon as you seen him coming towards you, you was definitely supposed to run.
Though the courts tied it all up with the bow, the streets were telling a different story. Because while Trone and his son might have been the ones carrying it out.
There you go. Look at him, man. Look at him. You see a motherfucker like this running up on y'all, walking up on you. I don't care if he don't got a weapon now. You ain't seen it yet. Just get up and start getting the hell up out of Dodge. He looked like he was up to something. Soon as I would have seen him, I would have just got, what you doing, baby? Shit up. You better follow me. Follow me.
It's who may have orchestrated the whole thing that's got people talking. And that's where Big U and Loose Cannon come into the picture. Now, for those of you who don't know, Big U is no small name in LA. He's been tied to a whole lot of street politics, and there's been long-standing rumors about him having influence behind the scenes, allegedly controlling who's allowed in the city and who's gonna be dealt with if they don't.
Well, if they talking about Big U, why they got whack on there? Is they trying to tell us something? Is they trying to put a theory together, a conspiracy? Because Loose Cannon already said he was there. We already know that he was hanging out with all these guys. So what are they trying to say in this clip right here?
The mistake that everybody make when it comes down to checking in is either you checking in to get set up and get robbed, or you checking in to get killed.
But that brings us to the infamous check-in drama. If you're an artist, especially a rapper, and you're flying into LA, you're expecting to check in with a certain local figure. It's like an unspoken rule. Not doing it, though, can put a large target on your back.
That is true, though. That is true. Like, it depends on what you going to LA for and what type of cloth you come from.
Cliff, let me stop you right there because I'm from out here. So let me break this down. Let me spit it so you can get it right now. All you dudes with these millions of dollars and you done already made it about the ghetto and you rich. You come out here to LA, go on out there and hang out where the movie stars and all them people hang out. If you got an Airbnb up in the hills, stay up in there. Quit trying to take y'all ass over there in them ghettos, hanging with them thugs, them broke ass bums and all that. Because everybody, and some people in the ghetto got some money, but the majority, they liquor store winos hanging out in the front of the store, and they see you come. It's like walking in the jungle with a stake on your neck. Quit going out there hanging with them thugs. You ain't got to check in. Stay your ass where you ain't got where you supposed to be, and you're gonna be all right. You coming for a war show? Hit the war show. As soon as it's done, get your ass up out of here. Point blank, and that's anywhere. Why would you want to go hang out in a jungle or a place that you don't know, trying to tap in with some hood niggas? Man, they gonna get your ass.
So if you got homies in LA that has your best interest in mind, then it is wise to at least tap in with them when you land. If you out there in LA conducting business and you in Beverly Hills, you ain't nowhere around.
You don't have no homies in LA. You done met these dudes on the internet. You done met them through some rap business. These are not your friends. Think these your friends if you want to, and your ass to be somewhere stinking. These is not your friends. You ain't got no buddies out here in LA.
On the hood or anything of that nature, you know what I'm saying? You flying into Ontario or you flying into Burbank, did not so much. It's not as necessary as if you was like,
ain't shit going on in Burbank. Ain't nothing out there but no jumper. But anyway, man, y'all know how I do it. Y'all want to check out the rest of this, man. This is how I show support. I show support to the channels that I get the content from and do my reactions to. Y'all go over to Cliff World. Check out the rest of the video. Very interesting. Break down a bunch of key points. And not Brick, baby. Well, I keep on saying this nigga name. Loose Cannon puts himself smack dead in the middle of another case. Man, he ain't never coming home. I hope he do. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I don't want you to come home. I hope you do. Matter of fact, friend, let him come out today so he could do some more crazy shit and we do some content to run. Let that nigga out of jail. It's Compton Rick Rock, Compton Rick Rock TV. Catch y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.